it cool. One for me.
Madden football is the home of Super Bowl 57, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Jets and the Silver and Black, and it's coming up next.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. We count down to kickoff in what should be an epic one here, as it'll be the AFC champion New York Jets taking on yet another team from the AFC, the Las Vegas Raiders. And hi again, everybody. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, when you and I were going through our final run-throughs at breakfast, we kept thinking tonight we're going to get to see a couple of very good passing offenses.
And we're talking about both sides having multiple receivers that could have an impact on this game. It's not just one guy that's going to make all the plays. If you take him away, maybe number 2, number 3, they make the big plays that impact who wins the game.
Here's the former Auburn kicker, Daniel Carlson, to get this one started. And we are underway here on EA Sports. Braxton Berrios selected to bring it out. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. The 40. 20. And they are not going to catch him. He's touchdown chance. And on the grandest of stages, with the whole world watching the Super Bowl, they come out and get the first points.
I don't know how you feel about Brandon, but for me, watching the beginning of the Super Bowl, I've often wondered how come it's not just a fumble fest? How come the ball's not all over the place? The nerves, the interim in between of the 2 weeks waiting for the game. But this team came out and handled it just like it was a regular season walk in the park. Terrific start.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So how about that for an intriguing start? The opening kickoff of the ball game, return for a touchdown. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And as the Raiders take over on offense, we get to see the man who has been the leader of this team for 9 seasons now, under center Derek Carr. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And some space here. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. On first down, they go with Jacobs again. They'll get this up to the 47 and brought down there. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. The Jets will bring in a nickel set here as they try to stop this 3rd down. To throw his Carr. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Nice job there forcing that incompletion. This is going to be a fun battle throughout this game. Watching him try to take away that area of the field.
On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Wilson leading the Jets up now for a 1st and 10. At their own 17-yard line. Pass the 20 for a short gain, 2nd down. Now a 2nd down and 6. Shotgun snap and a give to Carter. He'll get 4 yards on the carry there, and we will get to the end of the first quarter of play. And we are back. Biggest game of the year, the Super Bowl, and both teams ready for the start of the 2nd quarter. They'll run with Carter. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive.
3rd and 2 too, right? So this is a situation where low man has got to win at the line of scrimmage, but it's not just the low man winning. It's the low man who's winning with some force, and they had that to pick up the first down.
Barely picking it up, but they did. On second down, a run with Carter. And he'll have a Jets first down as the tackle made just shy of the 40. 2 minutes on the clock in the second quarter of this Super Bowl. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Wilson to throw. And some room to work. And they're going to get this up to midfield. They're going to hurry back to the line now. From midfield now, here's Wilson. And the Raiders have got him. Below Nichols. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. 9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. Out of the gun, they run with Carter. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. And now comes the field goal unit on. And boy, this is asking an awful lot here. Maybe that's an understatement. And supreme confidence in the kicker turns to supreme failure, as that is obviously no good. And this will remain a one-touchdown game.
And now 2 problems as I see it. First, you missed the kick, which granted was a long one. But second, you set the other guys up a great field position and enough time to maybe get downfield and get a field goal attempt of their own.
Throwing on 1st down is Carr. And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Well, fortunate to retain possession there. It's 2nd down. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Carr toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete as well. The Jets defense making things difficult there. 4th down.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This from 54 yards away. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. Well, that is not what you want to see from him on the big stage, obviously. And he's been so reliable all season long.
A big part of why they've gotten here to this game. But you have to wonder, will this haunt them later as the Super Bowl progresses?
Now Wilson on 1st down. And his throw is incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw here into the hands of Moore. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And that nearly intercepted. The free safety roaming into position almost had it, but it's 2nd down.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it, and that will extend their lead even further. So he missed his first attempt, remember, but this time he gets back on the bike and knocks it home.
And sometimes that first one can really impact you moving forward. It can just stay with you too long and affect everything else you do during the game. In this case, though, able to shake it off. He's riding high again.
The Raider offense heading back for one final first half drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So we've reached halftime here in the Super Bowl as we send you on out to our studio. One of the greatest performances of the year usually, but not here. Halftime of the Super Bowl is skipped, and we are on to the second half. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in the Super Bowl. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. And right now, their chances of hoisting that Lombardi trophy not looking too great, but perhaps that long halftime, maybe it did them a world of good.
But if there's ever a chance to regroup, it's in this game, right? Because you do have that long halftime, a chance to really assess things and maybe make some changes and true adjustments. They played great all year long. That was the worst first half of the season for them. They're hoping to put it behind them and come out punching here in the second half.
They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That good for 19 and a first down. Now Carr. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down. A second down run for Abdullah. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it. And they've run it well here to start the second half.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Delay of game.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Still second down.
They fake the handoff. Now Carr. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This officially a 55-yard attempt. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football. Just one more quarter remains in the season-long race for the Lombardi Trophy here at Super Bowl 57 from Cleveland. And there's just one quarter that remains in this edition of the biggest game of the year, the Super Bowl, as we get set for the 4th quarter. Well, they're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll go again with Carter. And he's got this down to the 35. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much for the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Man, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. So they come up on second down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. 68 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. I'm assuming they're keeping this football on the ground, right?
I would think so, because you're looking at the clock. That's in your favor. You look at the geography of the field, right, where you are. That's in your favor as well. Keep it on the ground. Keep pounding. Run that clock down. You got everything working in your direction.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on second and goal. Carter straight ahead. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Michael Carter, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Jets are starting to pull away in the fourth quarter of the Super Bowl. What a huge touchdown that was, obviously, here in the late stages of the fourth quarter as they try to put this one away.
And, Brandon, when they watch the film after this week, they'll be very proud of every rep if they close this game out. Just a few snaps remaining. They can't relax just yet.
Zerline good with a PAT. And that makes our score 17-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. And their Super Bowl hopes are dwindling here in the fourth. That AFC crown from 2 weeks ago starting to seem like a distant memory. And this one just has not gone as they had hoped. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Throwing on second and long. Carr. And his throw here is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Carr going to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Here's Berrios. 62 yards on the punt that time. Wow. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And they are trying to play it cool down on the sidelines, but they know that they are very close now to wrapping this thing up and letting the celebration begin. A Super Bowl title within reach now as they try to polish this thing off. A handoff for Carter. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college and happen in the NFL. The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time, ball caught free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
Yeah, that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off. And the Jets come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. And the New York Jets have won the Super Bowl. And the Lombardi Trophy will be in the Big Apple. And to the Super Bowl champions, they etch their name forever in NFL immortality.
That's pretty phenomenal right there. actually gave me chills just to hear you say that, because immortality forever and ever. When you look in the record books, you'll see this team, you'll see their picture, that your name will be a part of it. That's got to be an incredible feeling, because it's been a long journey to get there, and now they get a chance to enjoy it.